Hello everyone, today I'm going to be teaching you how to play some of the most basic chords on a guitar. So hopefully everybody who's watching this either has a guitar and is excited to learn, or if you don't have a guitar, it's kind of pointless to watch. However, welcome, and maybe you can use this in the future. So to start off, we kind of got to talk about some of the basics. I'm going to be showing you on a right-handed guitar because I am right-handed. So when you're strumming a guitar, you're going to be strumming with your dominant hand. Now, if you are a left-handed player, you're going to be reversing everything that I'm doing. So you got to take your guitar, and each of these, do you see each of the lines? Each one of these is a fret. So we're going to be going based off the frets and finger placement on where to put your hands for each chord. I'm going to be showing you how to play a G chord, a D chord, a C chord, and an E minor chord. And those are typically some of the most common chords that you'll find in guitar sheet music. You don't need any prior music knowledge, experience, or anything, because when you are playing a guitar, at least for how I'm going to be showing you of strumming instead of finger picking, that's a whole different topic, and we can cover that in the future. As you are playing a song that you would like to play, it is going to have the chords that you're supposed to be strumming along with it, and then it'll show you a strumming pattern that you're supposed to follow. But again, that's a future concept that we don't necessarily need to get into right now. So first off is you're going to want to make sure that your guitar is in tune. Now, I already went ahead and did that, because if your guitar is out of tune, it's gonna just sound terrible. Now, when you're playing, I like to play with just my thumb into strumming. Some people like using a pick. I think that it just sounds too sharp. The playing with my thumb, I feel like sounds a little bit more like neutral and kind of calming, whereas a pick sounds very like bold and like out there. So the first chord that I'm going to show you how to play is arguably the most common. It's the G chord. Now, on your frets, you got your first fret, you got your second fret, you got your third fret, fourth fret, and so on. You're going to take your middle finger and you're going to place it on the top string of the third fret. Okay, if everyone can see that. Now you're going to take your pointer finger and you're going to place it on the second string from the top of the second fret. And then you're going to take your ring finger and you're going to place it on the bottom string of the third fret. And that is your G chord, and then it should sound something like this. Now, each of these strings has an actual name, but that's a little too much to talk about right now when you're just kind of learning the basics of it. So this is your G chord, and it's very just kind of, it's a G chord. And then the next chord that we're going to play is an E minor. You're going to take that middle finger again, and you're going to place it on the second string from the top of the second fret, and then right below it, the third string from the top. So that middle string, well, one of the two middle strings, you're going to place it just below it on the second fret as well. And this is what your E minor chord should sound like. Kind of a more minor chord, as the name suggests, E minor. And then we're going to play the D chord. And so to do that, you're going to take your pointer finger and you're going to place it on the third string up from the bottom of the second fret. You see that? And then below that, on the very bottom string of the second fret, you're going to place your middle finger. And then you're going to make kind of a triangle with this position. You're going to take your ring finger and you're going to place it on the second string from the bottom of the third fret. And so this is your D chord. And then you're gonna play the C chord. And so in order to do that, you're gonna take your pointer finger, the second string from the bottom of the first fret. Your middle finger, you're going to place it on the third string from the top of the second fret. And then your ring finger, you're going to place it on the second string from the top of the third fret. And this is your C chord. And so if you want to just practice around switching between those chords, you can just get comfortable with the positioning of your hands. It'll take a little bit in order to like fully be able to maneuver them well, because as you first start playing, they start cramping and you start to develop calluses on your fingertips. I don't know if you guys can see, and then you just start kind of have fun with it. Thank you for watching.